Hello world, it's your buddy Patriotic Hemorrhoid again, and boy do I have a zinger for you. This is on, the magic of immigration. Now, a lot of you are instantly going to, once again, be angry and furious and hate-filled and think that I'm a racist bigot because I am anti-illegal immigration. I'm anti-illegal immigrant. Now, a lot of you are like, well, what about the children? Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel bad for them being detained. Because they have to be separated from their parents who are being, or from their families, or whoever it is that has them, because those people are breaking the law. I don't give a shit what you think, what you say. The law is the law. If you do not agree with the law, then you reform it. Sign petitions, freaking elect people that are for your view, whatever. Now, granted, I am completely and utterly for, and completely and utterly in respect and in support of ICE. Our immigration system, our border control, our border patrol people, I wholeheartedly support them. In fact, what I really think should happen, I think there should be armed guards at every few 100 meters. And if you're caught trying to cross the border, a warning shot fired by close to your feet, and told that either go through the legal channels or you will be arrested. If you are in possession of a weapon and attempting to enter this country, the moment that weapon is shown, you need to be shot and killed. Plain and simple. You know what happens if an American tries to break into Mexico illegally? They're thrown into a Mexican prison. There is no due process. There's no, oh, well, we'll just deport you back to your... No, you're thrown in a fucking prison for years. You're treated like shit. The children in these containment centers that have been separated from the people trying to use them to get into this country, and I say that because not every single fucking one of them is an actual family. A lot of those children have actually been kidnapped by criminals such as MS-13 gang members, cartel members, to try to get into this country illegally. So, I wholeheartedly support them being separated. I do. And they should be sent back to Mexico, back to a freaking member of their family that is still in Mexico or Guatemala or wherever the fuck Hispanic country they're from. I don't think for a moment that DACA, I don't think any of them should be allowed in this country because they were brought here illegally and they were anchor children for illegals. That's it. The only reason the Democrats give a flying fuck about the injustices being done to these people and them being booted out of this country, according to the law, by the way, is because they vote Democrat, which in and of itself is illegal. They should not be allowed to vote, and they're not supposed to be. If you are not an American citizen, and notice it doesn't say you have to be a natural-born American citizen to vote in our elections. No. It just says American citizen. If you come into this country legally and you decide you want to vote Democrat, okay, cool. That is your right as a legal American citizen once you have attained citizenship. Vote Democrat, vote Republican, vote third party, don't vote whatever. Don't fucking care. And I know so many of you have seen these pictures, this stupid little post where if the illegals were coming in here and voting Republicans, the wall would have been built years ago. There'd be armed gunmen patrolling the borders, and they'd be pushing to have the illegal immigrants thrown out on their ass. Voter ID would be a mandatory thing, blah, blah, blah. And it's true. It really is. Just like the reverse is also. If they were voting Republican, the Republicans would be fighting hard to keep them in. Because it's literally all about the power. But I'm not here to talk about the political bullshit. I'm not here to talk about who they vote for and whether or not they should be allowed to vote. This video is about the fact that they are, by being here, breaking the law. Now, I am also wholeheartedly supportive of reforming our immigration rules. Most natural-born American citizen adults could not pass the immigration test to get into this country. Could not pass it. I'm probably one of them. Our school systems do not teach us the very things that our government is requiring people who want to come into this country to make a better life. Our schools do not teach us those very same things. They don't. I'm sorry, if you're going to require people who are trying to come into this country and have a better life to know all of this information, you should require the people who are born here to know it as well. They should know their own country's history. They should know their own country's laws. I genuinely believe that. Every person that is an American citizen should know by heart every federal law. They should. Every American citizen should know by heart the history of this country. There are Americans who don't even know what the 4th of July is actually about. Americans who do not understand this. And it makes me weep. But I can guarantee you go up to a Mexican or a Guatemalan or any other person from any country, whether they are white, black, Hispanic, Asian, that is trying to become an American citizen, they know what the 4th of July is. They know they know what the purpose of the fireworks are. They know what the purpose of playing taps at 9 o'clock, or if the fireworks don't start until 9 o'clock, at the end of the fireworks show. They know what the purpose of playing taps is. Most Americans don't. The purpose of playing taps at the end of the fireworks is to honor those men and women who died during the Revolutionary War. The fireworks is all because of it's one particular line in our wonderful national anthem where it sits there and says, "And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there." The fireworks is to show the memory of the freaking fort that was having bombs launched at it, cannon fire launched at it all night long. And the American flag, the original American flag with the 13 colonies that were going for the United States, standing there. That flag still waving. Most Americans nowadays don't even fucking know that, and that's sad. It breaks my heart. But the people trying to come into this country legally and become legal citizens, they know it. I guarantee they do. A lot of Americans, full-grown adults, college graduates with doctorates or whatever, don't know what year the Declaration of Independence was signed. But if you're trying to come into this country legally, you have to know. Why is it that somebody who was not born in this country but wants to be a citizen has to know it, but somebody who was born in this country does not? That is bullshit. They need to, one, make the test free to take for the people trying to come into this country, because a lot of them are coming from poorer countries that do not have money, and they have to sit there and scrimp and save and do all sorts of pretty freaking sketchy shit just to get the money to be able to take the test once to try to become an American. Shouldn't be that way. The government should sit there and allow them. They get enough money from us taxpayers. And if they don't have enough money, then maybe they need to quit sitting there and spending billions and billions and billions of dollars aiding countries that want to kill us. Maybe they should quit spending billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars repaving the exact same fucking road every single fucking year that never has time to get worn out, where all these other roads are worn to hell, potholes and everything, and they're still unpaved, have not been paved more than maybe 2 or 3 times since the roads were made. Maybe they should stop sitting there and giving billions and billions and billions of dollars to stupid freaking liberal colleges to do retarded ass comparison studies, like the comparison and similarities socially between humans and goldfish. Yeah, billions of dollars went into a liberal college for that stupid study. If the government does not have enough money to take care of its own people, to get itself out of debt to other countries, how about you pay more attention to what is required, what is needed for our country to be better, instead of minding everyone else's business, mind our own. Now, for those of you who are in support of this retarded, freaking sanctuary cities and states and all that crap, that is actually going completely against the laws of this country. A sanctuary city, a sanctuary state, all of that is completely illegal, and everyone in the government that is allowing it, they need to be arrested, they need to be thrown in prison, and they need all of their assets to be going right back into the community. Nancy Pelosi, who's sitting there, she's one of them that pushes for sanctuary, this and that and the other thing. A grieving mother whose child was murdered, not an accidental hit and run, but just brutally murdered because he was a white boy by a Mexican gang member, an illegal immigrant who had already been deported 9 times. But because, sanctuary city, sanctuary state, the motherfucker kept getting back, kept coming back, and committing more crimes. And Nancy Pelosi said that as heartbreaking as this is for you, our sanctuary cities are not pushing are not aiding in crime. Yes, they are. Yes, they fucking are. Because they are making it where criminals are able to walk the streets freely and nothing happens to them. Nancy Pelosi sat there and is quoted saying that just because, listen to this, just because an illegal immigrant commits murder in this country does not mean that they have committed a crime. I'm sorry. When I first read that, I thought it's got to be some kind of retarded joke. It's got to be. And I just kept finding it everywhere. I have checked it. I actually saw where she had been quoted from saying it. And the words are not taken out of context. Those are the exact fucking words. First off, the crime of murder in and of itself is a crime. Committing murder is a crime. Me, as a natural-born American citizen, if I sit there and I kill someone out of cold blood, if I just see somebody walking down the street and I shoot them, if I break into someone's house and I take a freaking axe to their face, if I'm at a bar and I take a pool cue and I break it over somebody's head and then stab them with the freaking broken pool cue and have killed them, I have committed murder. It is a crime. I will be arrested and put in prison. Okay. And that goes for anyone. Anyone in this country. If you commit murder, you will be arrested as soon as you are discovered that it is you that committed the murder. You will be arrested and you will be put in prison as soon as you are found guilty of that murder. So why is it that she's saying that people who are already breaking the law by being here illegally, why is she saying that it is not a crime for them to commit a murder? Why? Like, you have to be a special type of stupid to actually believe that. And yet, you morons keep voting for her. You keep voting her in. They are trying to destroy America. They are putting everyone else first. They are putting anyone who puts them in power above American citizens. And if you're an American citizen and put them in power, you're fucking retarded. Because they are showing they don't care about America. They don't care about Americans. They don't care about you. Look at Detroit. Hell, look at Flint, Michigan, since that's one of the hot button places right now. Because everyone's always bitching and complaining about how they don't have clean water. Well, guess who runs Flint, Michigan? Democrats. Democrats are in charge of Flint, Michigan. And look at the shithole it is. Democrats are in charge of Detroit. Look at the shithole it is. Look at California. All of these different places that are massively controlled by Democrats, and you're seeing people lying, entire towns of nothing but tents, homeless people lining the streets. Lining them. Not, okay, well, there's a homeless person down that avenue right there, and about 12 blocks away that direction, there's another homeless family. No, it's homeless person, 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 for miles down the road. Just tents lining the streets. And yet somehow California has money and housing for illegals, but not for its own citizens. So, don't Don't sit there and try to say it's a conspiracy. All you have to do is look. Go to freaking San Jose, California. Go to freaking I don't even know all the cities in California. Go to San Bernardino. Go to San Francisco. Like, all of these heavily Democrat areas, all of these places that are super huge support for illegals, the own citizens, the people who legally live there, who try to legally work there and everything, who are just trying to abide by the law and take care of their families, but had the audacity, the racism to be a natural born American, they're homeless. They're sitting there with nothing, where these illegals are getting free food, free money, free housing, free phones, and are being allowed to vote, even though they're not legal. All because they're putting the Democrats in power. But I said that I'm not going to be dealing with the politics of who's trying to get in power over who, and I'm sorry I went against that again. If you want to come here legally, go through the channels. If you're seeking asylum, go through the correct channels. Because any American embassy on any country soil, any foreign embassy, whether it is an American, a Russian, a German, a French, whatever, any embassy in any foreign country is counted, any embassy in any country is counted as that particular country's sovereign ground. It is their land. That is a portion of this country that is actually foreign soil. And there are, I believe, 9 American embassies in Mexico. In Middle America, there are 9 freaking American embassies. Go to those embassies. Say that you are there seeking asylum. Guess what? You will be brought in, you will be protected, you will be vetted. Everything. The reason these people are trying to break the law and going against all of this and not doing the embassy, it's not because they're seeking asylum. They're not actually seeking asylum. They're trying to get in this country illegally to commit crimes. If you're wondering why I keep doing that, I'm outside, there's a lot of mosquitoes, they keep flying around, and I am killing them because, I'm sorry, I don't like the little bloodsuckers. So that's why I keep doing these weird things with my hands. So I'm sorry about that in the video. But yeah, maybe like 5% of the people coming across the border illegally are actually seeking asylum. Maybe 5%. That's a very small percentage. Most of them are breaking into this country illegally. Most of them, that's the only crime. Well, not most of them, but a lot of them, that's the only crime they're trying to commit, is to just circumvent the legal processes just to get into this country and make a quick buck. That's cool. They're still criminals. They need to get booted out. And I'm sorry, if you're an illegal immigrant and you commit a murder, you don't actually have the rights of an American citizen. You don't have the rights to a fair trial, and I don't think you should be deported. I think you should be shot right then and there. Oh, you're an illegal in this country, and you committed the crime of murder against an actual citizen, or even against another illegal, or against a legal immigrant. I don't care. You've come to this country and you've committed murder. I believe you should be taken out in the middle of the street, either strung up impaled like my ancestor used to do to criminals, or shot. Or hell, bring back the guillotine. Or just the chopping block. Put them on their knees, chop their head off, stick it on a pike in the middle of town. Guarantee there'll be a lot less illegals. There'll be a lot less criminals. I wholeheartedly support the death penalty for any major crime like murder and shit like that. I wholeheartedly support the death penalty. And I definitely support it for molestation of children, raping of children, things like that. Crimes involving children, yeah, die. But I'm not getting on death penalty subject right now. I'm getting on illegal immigration. I believe that if you are entering this country illegally, you have no rights at all. I don't even care about your basic human rights. You decided to go against those when you broke into this country. You decided to forfeit your rights when you broke into this country. If you want to be a legal citizen, if you want to have your rights, if you want to have all of the rights that are supposed to be reserved for American citizens here in America, become a citizen or legal immigrant. Continue to have your citizenship in your home country if you don't want to renounce your citizenship there. But you just want to be a resident here. But guess what? That means that you have a few less rights than we do, which includes the right to vote. You don't have that. You should not be allowed to vote. I wholeheartedly believe that there should be a voter ID that is only issued to American citizens. And you have to prove that you're an American to have it. I wholeheartedly believe that. I also wholeheartedly believe in reforming what is needed to become an American citizen. And I also wholeheartedly believe on reforming the school systems, but that's going to be a different video at a later time. So, whether you agree with my views or not, well, that's your right, just like it is my right to have my views. So, God bless, love you, have a blessed day, and continue being the wonderful citizens of whatever country you are. And if you're trying to come into this country illegally, fuck you, go die. Bye.